So I found myself in a traditional weight room today, and obviously for me, that's going to mean a lot of squatting, really. For any kind of an athlete, I think that squatting type, and I'm going to say squatting type because like deadlifting and cleans, I think fall into this. Squatting type exercises are, I think, the most important thing you can be doing. And it's what I do when I am in a weight room. Squatting is just lowering your center of gravity in order to do anything. Pick a ball up, lower yourself before jumping, lower yourself when landing. It just comes up over and over again, and sitting down to a chair, pooping, birthing, whatever. It's just something you need to be able to do. So something that I practice with weight. We'll talk specifically about barbell squatting right now. So you're seeing me, first of all, not doing very much weight, and that's fine because it's a form practice. I'll tell you, if you haven't seen my other videos, that my max vert with the basketball running is like 36 or 37 inches. So you don't need to squat heavy to jump high. It also means that I can maybe jump high if I squat heavy. So something for you to think about, something for me to think about, something for us to talk about potentially. As far as my grip, I know a lot of people really defend back squats because you can really load it heavy. I don't like back squats because they load up weight directly on top of your spine, and I don't like doing that because I think that any amount of compression on the spine from above can be really problematic. You could do front squats, and I think front squats are totally fine. I don't really have the wrist flexibility, which is another issue, and it puts an immense strain on my wrists. So instead, I don't even know what the word for this is, but I load up the nook of my elbow here, and it's fine. It puts a lot of pressure on the soft tissue, and there's a lot of flexing involved. This is much harder on actually the upper body than the lower body. The lower body, it's fine. I'm squatting as if I was, a 260-pound human. But upper body, yeah, I can't really load up anymore with this grip because too painful and tear up my elbows, basically the skin there. So when I get strapped, so I'm going to do front squats and be able to load up more weight. But there's other ways to get more weight, which you're going to see later in the video. So first thing I'll say is I'm doing a lot of various squat type exercises. Now I'm not in the gym to target various parts of my body, because something like this does all of the body, and it's functional, basically. I'm looking to do functional exercises, things that I need to be able to do in games to not get injured. As for how this is targeting all the body, look how straight my back is. That is very, very hard to do because I want to round my back and lean forward, but that results in my knees jutting out, which puts too much pressure on my knees. So in order to really sit back and use my whole body instead of taking pressure on my knees for this stabilization squat, I have to put a tremendous amount of core into this. Very, very, very difficult, and that's really what I feel gives out first in these exercises that I did today was my back more than my quads or my glutes or my hams, really, because it's a lot of core strength to keep that spine straight, lean back, and take pressure up the knees. So yeah, I'm working out on top of a Bosu ball. I think this is a pretty reasonable and safe thing to do. It
What's up, Daniel?
just makes it difficult. It ratchets up the difficulty of squatting without having more weight. So if you're doing a landing on an unstable ground, or you step on someone's foot coming down or something like that, I'll be prepared because I'm used to squatting on unstable surfaces, right? Does that make sense? That's kind of the idea that goes into this. And it's a balanced exercise as well as balance plus squatting combined, and you can load up with weight, which I do afterwards to cap off my workout. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is pistol squats or one-legged squats. One-legged squats are a way to really ratchet up the weight without loading heavy. So I'm now basically squatting twice my body weight, 320 pounds, but it's all on 160 per leg, right? Doesn't that make sense? But there's nowhere to hide. So if my left leg is weaker and does less during the regular squat, I have nowhere to hide it. Now, I can do these without balancing with my upper body, but I don't want to do that because I'm scared of tearing something up coming down. This is a lot of weight for one leg balance. So I like to go up against something when I'm doing my pistol squat. So really good exercise, and I'll tell you that my left leg is a lot weaker, so it's a little bit scary coming down, and I apply more pressure. And you can see that, I kind of want to just drop through it. I'm working very hard and being steady going down. Yeah. So this is hard. It's something to work on. Also, say you can see me keeping my head up. When you're doing something like this, you're gonna have a tendency to look down, and that curves your spine and leans you forward and puts more pressure on your knees. Squatting should be really good for your knees. It should be totally fine in the knees. Should be not painful for the knees. If you lean back and use your back, flex your back, keep your back straight, lean back, and then it's not going to be so hard on the knees. I know a lot of people don't want to squat because they have bad knees or whatever. Well, you should still squat. Maybe you're just squatting wrong, right? Kind of what I'm thinking for that. So I just think this is the best way to get in the weight room. There's upper body, there's lower body, but it's all functional. There's other functional exercises that I'll do. Twists. For example, I don't get into that here, and one leg deadlifts, I don't get that in here, but these are some of the core things that I'm doing. Now I'm getting help from my friend Daniel. This guy's like under 5'10", I want to say, and very close to dunking. You can tell he's super jacked, so this guy's bounced. Anyways, yeah, so now I'm doing the same thing, balancing in the Bosu ball, but with the 45 pounds. This is really hard because I'm limited in my ability to balance with my upper body. And there's weight in front, but I need to lean back to keep my, my posterior chain dominant here. So this is tremendous core workout, really. Tremendous back and core workout. The legs is, they're working, but it's really, really a full body exercise. And you'll feel that when you do something like this. But I highly recommend working out like this, working out for functional movements rather than targeting areas of your body. Because even if your muscles aren't getting super big or whatever, your muscles are being trained to do functional exercises rather than isolated. When you isolate muscles, those muscles are isolated and aren't working together. So I really like integrated movements where nothing's isolated, your body's just all working together, if that makes sense. And, function, mobility, injury prevention, that's what we train for. If you have any questions, comments, if you have any advice that you feel you should give as well, I'm up with everything. So comment below. I hope this helps you. And that's energy.
To keep us straight, just straight, especially with the weight.
Yeah. So like get your back stronger.
Yeah, I got my core.